So, Servercraft, an SMP I started alongside 9 other guys and gals my age, has been the entire channel since October last year. But now it's pretty much finished, and by that I mean the server is inactive. This isn't a problem though, we have a second season planned for later this year. The members of the server have just run out of things to do on their server. Including yours truly, even though there's a bunch of factors. Anyway, over the last 5 or 6 months, these members have taken the time and effort of bringing their creativity and goals to life in the server. And the bases that they have produced are a joy to walk around, knowing that I didn't build them. Multiplayer is awesome. So today I'm going to sit down, even though I'm already sitting down, and I'm going to talk through all 9 bases in the world in the form of a simple ranking video. The comments I will make are just my opinion, based on functionality, reality, and most of all, looks. I like a pretty base, and that'll become quite obvious in this video. So now I'll begin, going from 9th to 1st place. 9th being the worst and 1st being the best. Starting my list in dead last is Hazza Smazzer's base. Now I really don't want to put this one here because Hazza's a great guy, and it was difficulties in his personal life prevented him going on the server for a majority of the season. So I can't blame him for this base being here, but this is ranking on the bases themselves, and so I have to place this base in dead last. It is very small and very basic, with nothing but 2 small floating islands and some starter farms on the ground next to them, so I simply can't place it any higher. In second to last place is JD Kerr's base. Now, James was never the most enthusiastic about the server, and throw in his not having a computer entirely to himself, and he found it very difficult to get stuff done on the server. So for most of the season, his entire base was just a wooden box atop a hill. More recently, however, he has been a bit more active, and with the help of Shadow and I admit, built a very nice castle nearby to the box, which I really like. Further along he has a little wave break, which is part of his plan to make a little naval dockyard. Really nice, in a little bay. But unfortunately, due to lack of much else to look at, his base can't really be pushed any higher than second to last. In 7th place is C4 Seabrick's base. For this I'm combining his Creeper Island and his Savannah. Now, C4 Seabrick, as we call him Jake, initially started on Creeper Island, but abandoned it after seeing the rates of creeper spawns on the island, which I can tell you can cause absolute hell in seconds. However, when he started his Savannah base, it was a lot easier to see his abilities in the game. He isn't really a builder per se, he's more interested in functionality than looks, and I commend him on the efficiency of his Savannah farms, as it has definitely made resources much easier to come by on the server. But it isn't really anything to look at. This was designed for efficiency when AFK. As I said, I like a pretty base, and Jake hasn't made a pretty base, I'm sorry. Although the pixel art is pretty cool, I've got to give him that. Its location in a savanna, my favourite biome, does give it some extra points, because Savannah's amazing. But I can't really place him much higher on this list. In 6th place is Husky Lover 269's base. I struggled for a long time with whether I preferred this base or Jake's base more, and in the end I chose this one because I really like this base. Husky's redstone work is utterly superb. The lifts are amazing, the 3x3 piston door was amazing while it still worked, and I love his usage of command blocks, at my consent, to fill the air with particles. It's really cool. I also really like the landscape above. A kind of nuclear fallout type place, and the lava fall looks amazing with shaders, but it is only in 6th because again it's not a very pretty base. It's very stone brick heavy, at least on the surface, with not much else. So as much as I like this base, I can only put it here on this list. In 5th place is Red the Thing's base. We're now getting to the pretty bases, so I'm about to get a lot happier talking about these bases. And this base is very pretty. The colour palette is very pleasing, and I like the way he connected his base to the nether tunnels, even though his portal isn't actually connected to them. I'm very sorry about that. But I like the redstone work as well, with the 2-way water elevator, and the access door to the mineshaft his base was made from. This is an easily forgotten fact. He also has 6 rainbow beacons, which he can't seem to help mentioning in every conversation I have with him. But hey, I can't stop him being proud. The reason this base is here, however, is that it is very pretty, yes, but I just love the top 4 bases too much to even lump this one together with them. So this is both the first of the pretty bases and the last of the bases I like instead of love. So right in the middle of the list you go, Red. In 4th place comes the first of the bases that I genuinely love, and it is No One Mars's base, formerly known as Nuttin Mars's base, because reasons. I really don't want this one at the bottom end of this category, but the difference is that this base doesn't have that feeling of completion for a fairly obvious reason. Now, I really do love this base because it makes next to no sense. It's got a church atop a mountain and a karaoke bar tucked underneath. Love it. It's got Shakespeare's Globe Theatre with a bloody sex dungeon underneath. Love it.
Also, still hasn't opened my Christmas present, ungrateful bastard.
It's got a full-size Notre Dame under construction. What the frick? Love it. I love it. There's really no planning involved in this base. One of the two suggests something and they bloody well make it, and make it beautifully, I must add. It just reflects their characters so well. They're spontaneous and I love them and this base because of that fact. In the 3rd place is a huge pile of self-indulgence. I know it's customary to place your own base lower to stamp out bias, but there's just so much I love about my base. The boats, the bridge, the factory, and the centerpiece building. I just love it all. Collectively, this base is my proudest building achievement in my nearly 10 years of playing Minecraft, which also brought out a whole host of proper ships, including these 2, which I made 2 short films about on my film channel, link in the description, go watch them please. This base was also my first foray into landscaping and detailing, both of which I found very enjoyable, albeit time consuming. It was really fun to put together and I hardly could have done something like this in any other circumstance. As I said earlier, multiplayer is just awesome. I do have a few nitpicks, however. Unfinished factories. Yeah, they're probably not happening soon. Although I might have them finished in time for the world release. Anyway, I'd better move on before I start dissecting the entire rest of the base. So, taking home the silver medal is ShadowGamer6191's base. What can I say about this base that hasn't already been said? I visit it in almost every video. But it's just absolutely fantastic. Shadow's commitment to the server is second only to mine, and it shows. All the little buildings and trees and boats, just love them. Shadow is just an amazing builder with so much creativity and drive to build whatever pops into her head in a beautiful way. I really like walking around it, and especially with shaders on, as it really fulfills the pretty base criteria I have. The functionality she's brought out in the space is also really remarkable, with a very efficient melon and pumpkin farm from what I've seen, tucked into a hill, and a completely hidden gunpowder farm in the coastal mountain that provided my entire rocket supply for the first half of the season. Just really well done, and I applaud her for all she's done with it. And for first place in my list, drumroll please. It's Stale Carrot's base. Yep, she wins even though you guys have never actually seen her base before now. But I remember seeing it for the first time and falling in love. The exterior especially. As you can see, her base is set at the edge of a jungle, which is why you never saw it, as my game likes to die in jungles. But while my game lives, I love everything about this base. I love the stalls, really well designed in place, love the swing, love the landscaping, even though there's not a great amount of it, and I really love the hobbit hole design she's come up with, and combined with the grass colour, it is absolutely gorgeous. A word I don't use much, so you know it's a compliment. Stepping inside, it's just more beauty, also known as a hall, a kitchen, and a bedroom. All stellar. Down the water elevator is more beauty. If you ignore the strip mining bit, which I am, with a storage system, a cooking station with all the music disc on the wall, and a little crossroad area. All gorgeous. Crossroad area leads to various other beautiful areas like a village, a trading hall, a terraformed mine, and one I'm guessing is a smithing area. There's clearly so much time and care put into this base to make it as amazing as it is, and although it is a shame the far room was never completed, it doesn't at all detract from this base because the rest is just so beautiful. I envy Stale for this base, and that is why it's in first place. So that's my personal ranking of the 9 bases in the world of Servercraft Season 1. Let me know in the comments the extent to which you agree with me, and maybe list your own personal rankings as well. Oh look, there's Hazard's base. Whoa. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and Servercraft Season 1 as a whole. Season 2 will be starting as soon as possible after the summer release, so look out for that. In the meantime, I'm just going to go back to more general gameplay for my videos. I will try to sometimes upload 2 videos a week as I slowly become more frequent year by year, but for now we'll just see what happens, and I'll just see you all in the next video. Ow. Bye bye.